Oh yes folks, it's Wednesday night, you better believe it is, and we're going back out on another stealth camp. You know it makes total sense. Nice. So welcome back to the Blot Outdoor Show, guys. Yes, it's another stealth camp for this Mandingo. I'm looking at getting right behind the Morrison's supermarket. I want to get tucked behind the back wall, you know, the backyard where you've got the trucks coming in late at night, bringing the deliveries, dropping all the supplies off, and then I can pop the camera up above the wall and be a nosy Mandingo and get some footage. The old Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, I've got to walk through like a busy car park, so you'll see how close I am to the entrance of Morrison's, round into the camping spot. It's just started to drizzle. Later on it's forecast to absolutely lash it down, and I've only got my little bivouac, so I've got my tarp as well. Hopefully I can get the tarp strapped up on the top of the wall somewhere. We'll see. If not, I'll have to just take cover in the old bush dingo, Mandingos. A little bit different than normal. I normally say I've got loads of nice food to cook and I've got beers and this and that and the other. I haven't. I've got no beers, I've got no main meal, but I'm camping right next to Morrison's, so after we're getting set up, we'll pop in. I'll take you with us. I'll take the old camaraderie in. Yeah, we'll go in, we'll get some beers, we'll pick some random shite to cook. I have got some whiskey. I've got a little miniature bottle of whiskey for the world famous whiskey review, and I've also got some other whiskey and an empty water bottle for a nice few little chest warmers. Anyway, Mandingos, I'll bring you back in a Winnie Mandela, and we're going to cut round the side of Morrison's, through the car park. I'll bring your legends back in a minute. Right. Ah. So here we are, my fan sexualities. I'm just walking down the side of Morrison's supermarket, and a couple of Neil Sadakas. I'll be going around the corner, walking past the front of the building, so I'll keep the camera pointing ahead so you can see what I can see. Past the main entrance, through the car park, round to the back, through some bushes, and hopefully we can find a good spot tucked away. Yes, you know it makes sense, Mandingos. Right, let's go. Sell us your jawbone, sell me your jawbone. In that corner over there where you got the gap you go through, and that's where the Biffa Bins is, where I camped at. You got the car wash over there where I've camped at. So I've done a few round here. Just go around the corner here, across the car park. Just having a quick look behind, guys. Make sure I haven't been spotted. I don't want to get rumble-o'd on the way into camp, Mandingo. Just around here, there should be a gap in the bushes. Van parked up there, hope there's no one in. Come on then, guys. Should be a gap just here somewhere. Quick look behind, no one there. Let's go for it. That's it. Oh. It's no good here, mind, because, you know, people's going to be walking past. I can just sit quiet all night long, in the famous words of Lionel Blair, but that's no good. I like to sit and talk shite to you legends and do a Wasky review, so let's get deeper in the bush. Deep in the bush. Aye, a bit better. It's not the cleanest spot, and there's a wall right there with a path straight on the other side, so I could set up here, and then, you know, it looks like, yeah, I'm right next to a path, but what's the point in that? I'm having to sit really quiet all night. I want to sit and have a good drink and have a good crap on with yous. You know the score on the Blocked Outdoor Show. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this Baghdad off the old Baccaroony. I'll just hide my bag there and we'll go deeper into the trees. Try and find a good spot. Bring you back and a couple of nail Sadakas. Mice. There you go, folks. Look at this, man. There's bags of rubbish and everything. It's not the nicest place. Right. Bring it back in a second. Just make my way down this bank towards the back wall. Oh my God, look at the state of this place. It's filthy. Shit. I don't know about this one, Mandingos. I don't know if I can find a nice spot. When I seen that gap in the bush, I thought, aye, that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, what's this? Old shopping trolley. I tell you what, it's a bit minging, but it looks about the best spot so far. Let's go a bit further along. Oh, thorn bush. The old Willie, oh, on my leg. The old Willie thorn bush. Check this out along here, guys. See, now that's no good. You can just see here a public footpath there. Now, I'm not worried. We got right. I'm not worried about camping next to the public footpath, but it's just, I don't want to be sat in silence all night, just sat there hiding, recording the odd dog walker walking past. I want to have a good time when I'm stealth camping, guys. So that looks pretty much the same all the way along there. That footpath runs all the way down. So I think this spot back here next to the shopping trolley, the bushes seemed a bit more dense. Get past Willie Thorn bush again. This is definitely better. As you can see, the bushes are a bit more dense. Yes, the pathway is only through there, about 3 metres away, 4 metres away, but at least you kind of see us. Yeah, you're still going to be able to hear us. I'll have to be careful with the light, the old buzz light, yeah. But I think this will ding dang do for me. So I'm only going to put the bivvy up, so I'll clear a bit of space on my feet, get rid of this shit. I'll be able to cook on that rather than cooking on the floor. I'll be able to set me gas bottle up, my little stove with the old pansexual. The old pansexual. Sexual. Yes. I'll be able to have a look at this wall and see any trucks if they're coming in. I've got my tarp, so I might be able to fasten my tarp on there somehow and have that coming down and peg it in the ground, the old Peggy Mitchell. So that'll keep me out the rain, the old Wayne Rooney. God, I'm talking loads of shite already, aren't I? And I haven't even had a drink yet. Right guys, I'm going to go back up for me Baghdad and we'll get quickly set up, because no my luck, I'll take too long and it'll start lashing it down, I'll get soaking wet. So bring you back in a minute. Tricycles.
Hey, mate. Hey, mate.
So here we are folks, I've just been setting my tarp up. Not the greatest job I've ever done, but it'll ding dang do for this mandingo. You can see there, can't you, how close I am to the path, people walking past. So this tarp's going to be ideal for me sitting here talking to you. Yes, it's not going to stop the noise of my voice, but it's going to stop people looking through the bush at me. There's rats all over and all. I get asked questions loads of times. Do you ever come across rats when you're camping? I've seen one over there already. Wasn't getting massive or anything, but was definitely a rat. It was too big for a mouse. Why? I haven't bought any food yet, so I might catch a bit of rat, you know? A bit fried rat-a-rooney. There's the tarp, guys. An old battered and bruised tarp. You can see it's fallen apart at the seams there. It's got holes in it there, but it's ideal for when I'm doing these stealth camps in minging places. You don't want to use top quality gear for this kind of shit, if you know what I'm talking about, guys. Anyway, I'm covered now. If it starts raining, happy dingoes here on the Blot Outdoor Show. I'm going to get the old bivouac up. It's there. Get that bivvy put down there, get all set up, and then we'll get in Morrison's and we'll buy some food and drink. Rice.
Hey, mate.
The wind's picking up, man, dingoes. But I'm all set up now, so it's happy dingoes here. I'm in the Alp Kid bivvy. There you go, guys. Inside there, I've got the foil mat down on the bottom, Berghaus sleeping pad, the old 3-season Galert sleeping bag. Yes, I'm going to be nice and snug tonight. Checkology seat. Don't cry, guys. I know it's red. What are you using the red seat for? Right, most of this stuff in here, it's what I took when I'd done the Wednesday night wild camp with Andy Wardle just a few days ago. So yeah, stuff I didn't eat, so waste not, want not. I might as well bring them out. Barbecue smokehouse nibbles like peas and corn crunch, jammy Father Dougals, I took them as well and I didn't eat them. And these fruit and nut with some chocolate in a little packet. I've got some peri peri, the old Kevin Perry flavour, Biltong. I've always got a few packets of that in the house. The guys at Brown's are always kind enough to send me a nice supply of Biltong for my camps. Link in the description, guys, for Brown's Biltong. Make sure you click that link and get your order in. Right. I've got a couple of bottles of water for dry mouth and Z Morgan. And if I want to make a coffee, a Jurgen coffee, I've got a couple of coffee sachets in the Baghdad. I've got a miniature bottle of whiskey, McLeod's Highland single malt. That is for the world famous with you. But I've also got some more whiskey here, Japanese whiskey. That'll do. God, the wind isn't half picking up. That'll do for a few little chest warmers. I think it was called Nika Japanese whiskey. Yes, that'll ding dang do for this man dingo. Well, guys, I'm gonna sit and chill. I might even have a nice little chest warmer, and then we'll go and get some supplies in. Where's it at? Where's me whiskey? There it is, guys. Let's get sat here. Oh, yes. Right, I'll bring you back when I'm having a nice little chest warmer, and we'll answer a little question, eh? You better believe it. Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay then, my fansexuals, before I go in Morrison's and get some food and drink, it's time to answer a little question. Cheers, man dingoes. I've got to swirl it around my mouth now, so you can hear, in case anyone says I'm fake drinking. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Yeah. The question is, do I actually watch me own videos? You know, I always put them up now as like a premiere. So when the premiere goes on, you can join in on like a live chat. I don't know if you guys know that. It might be something you're interested in joining in. There seems to be a great community of subscribers on there. Each and every one of you is legends, but yeah, the more the better, as they say in the doodine. But do I watch me own videos? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Even though I've had the channel now for 5 years, and it's only been like the last year and a half it's been doing well, I still cringe at myself. You hear your own voice and it's like, oh my god. And I'm watching it, and Mrs. Blott's looking at her as if we're watching it together, and she's just like shaking her head. Not in a bad way, in a good way, you know. She just looks at us at this here, oh my goodness. Do you know what I mean? Because we have good crack together, as you know, guys. You've seen me and Mrs. Blott on the videos together. We made a match. She's a beautiful woman and I'm an ugly bugger. But we're made for each other, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I do watch some of my videos. Sometimes I don't watch them straight away when they go on like live, like on a premiere. It might be 2 or 3 days later. But when I do watch them, I do join in now and again with the live conversation. You know, I'll just leave a comment on saying thanks for watching, you absolute legends. It's much appreciated. And while we're talking about that, it's Wednesday night now as I'm camping here now. You know, like right here, right now. Right here, right now. Yeah, so at this moment now, my video is on YouTube live. The one I've done with Andy Wardle while camping next to the waterfall in Northumberland. And I've just been watching like the first half an hour of it. But I've just turned it off for a Winnie Mandela to have a big crack on you legends. And I've left a couple of comments on it. So if you guys have been watching that and you've been joining in, chatting on the old conversation, mad for it, yes. You know that I join in now and again, Mandingos. But yeah, that was just a quick question. We'll answer some more later on after we're getting some supplies in. I'm going to turn my video back on now. I'm going to watch the last 20 minutes or so of the video, camping with Andy Wardle. You better believe it, guys. Cheers. Oh, I best not drink all this. I like to keep a few chest warmers for later on. Bring it back and a few nails to darkers. Rice. Okay then guys, it's 9:30 at night. Morrison shuts at 10, so the wind's blowing the top on us. We better get in there before the shop shuts. I'm going to have no beers and I'm going to have no food to cook, and that is no good on the Blot Outdoor Show. I've just been sitting watching my Wednesday night video while camping with Andy Wardle. What a scream, absolutely fantastic. It was on from 8 till 9. It was on like nearly an hour long. And then I've just been on the phone to Mrs. Blot with the sexy boss. You better believe she has. So, anyway, let's get in Morrison's. I'll bring you back when we're walking in the door. You better believe I will, Mandingos. Rice. WeBuyAnyCar.com. WeBuyAnyCar.com. Any. WeBuyAnyCar.com. How are
Solid Dodger.
Nice. Uncle Bensky beats international playboy. Money bar insurance. British guy price of auto. Sure. There we go, Mandingos. I've got 3 bottles of Japanese beer. I've got a tin of stewed steak, some garden peas, Yorkshire pudding. Oh yes, it's going to be a meal and a few drinks fit for a Mandingo. How in it? Let's get back into Camp Mandingo. Get up the steps of doom. In the famous words of Andy Wardle. Oh yes, guys. Here we go. Of getting out the camp, now it's getting back in without being spotted. The pedo van. He's the old bush dingo. Here we go. No one around. Let's get back in, guys. Oh yes. Alright then, I need to watch where I'm going, so I'll bring you back when we're down at Camp Mandingo and it's time for a Japanese beer. Ricicles. Oh yes, here we are, guys. I should have been recording when I was coming down the bank. I tripped over. Oh, what a fat mandingo I am. Fat, clumsy, ugly mandingo with a big fat hairy spotty arse. You know what I'm talking about, guys. That is me. And I have got the supplies. Right. I'll bring you back in a few nails to darkers when I get myself sorted, and I'll show you exactly what I've got. That is exactly what I'm talking to snout. You better believe it. Okay then, my pansexualities, let's have a look and see what we've got. Japanese beer. Don't ask us why I picked that. I just randomly picked some shite. Probably because I've been drinking Japanese whiskey. Not that there's much left. There's enough there for a little chest warmer. So I've got 3 of them. Oh yes, 3 pint bottles. I've got some giant Yorkshire puddings. I only wanted 1, but it came in a 2-pack. The old 2-pack pudding shaker. You know what I'm talking about, guys. I got myself a tin of Princess stewed steak. We'll chuck that inside the Yorkshire pudding. Tin of garden peas. Oh yes. And some mashed potato, bacon and cheese. Mashed potato. Oh yes. Well, that is certainly going to be a meal fit for a mandingo, washed down with a Japanese beer. Oh, and a nice little Japanese chest warmer. While we're talking about the Japanese, guys, I'm now going to say yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. You better believe it. And it's time for a beer. Oh yes. Not bad. Not bad at all. This is my very first time trying this Japanese beer, or lager, whatever you want to call it. Very nice indeed. It might be a strict communist state, but King Jong-un, I always say his name wrong, King Jong-un certainly provides a good beer for his people. You better believe he does, guys. Massive shout out to King Jong-un. Rights, Japanese beer, you know, makes sense. Time for another Mr. Miyagi beer. Endorsed by the legend King Jong-un. Oh yes, Japanese whiskey. Oh my pal dingoes. And time to answer another question. And the old 6-pack. Oh, I'm a bit tender of all the sit-ups I've been doing today. You know what I'm talking about, my dingoes. Cheers, guys. Oh yes, oh, it's not bad, that mind. It's not bad at all. The label's a bit shit, isn't it? I don't know why I picked this one. There was that many to choose from. And I just thought, give it a bash. You better believe it, guys. It's not bad, it's quite mild. It's not a strong tasting beer or lager. Goes down nice and smooth. Oh yes, I am some beer expert. Anyway, time to answer another question. And the question is, what's the funniest story I've got of all my life experiences? Oh my goodness. How the hell do you think of something like that? Yeah. I've got one. I'm saying I've got one. I am some actor. I am some Kevin Costner. I already knew what I was going to say before I pressed record on the old camaraderie, but yeah, it's a classic, guys. So I'm 46 now. This was like when I was, I can't remember how old I was. I'll tell you what it was, it's mad. Can you remember when you had the like 9/11 and the Twin Towers came down in New York? Me and a couple of my paldingos, a couple of my mates, we were booked to fly to Amsterdam, like Schiphol, what's it called? Schiphol Airport in Holland. We were going to Amsterdam for the weekend. Was it the weekend? I can't remember. We were going to, no, it was during the week. That's what it was during the week, because I took time off work on the sick and I shouldn't have. And anyway, it was the day after 9/11. So it was the day after, or maybe it's 2 days after. I can't be 100% sure. I can't be 100% sure. It was a day or two after 9/11. So security was really strict on the airports. Like, we flew from Newcastle Airport, and no shit, you might think I'm talking shite, but I'm not. You had like armed police in the airport. I was like, what? Never seen that before. All the times I flew out to Benidorm, and I went to Magaluf and Las Americas, Falaraki, Cavos, all the lads' holidays. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Even all the times I'd been away, you know, with my mum and dad, and I was a kid. Never seen anything like that. It was unreal. I'm going off track now. I'm just like trying to make the story a bit more exciting than it really is. But three of us went off to Amsterdam just after 9/11. Anyway, one of the lads that was away with us, I think I was 22 or 23, something like that. My mate Gary, he was about 28, a few years older than me. I thought he was old at the time. I was taking the piss out of him, saying, why aye, you pensioner, God, how old do I feel now? Pardonski, thinking about that. And another mate that was with us, I'm not going to name his names. I'm not going to name his names. He's only got one name. I'm not going to name his name because I don't want to offend anyone. He was like a year older than me, and he was still a virgin. The old Virgin Van Dyke, if you know what I'm talking about. So we were going to Amsterdam. You can see where this story's going, can't you, guys? He was going to pop his cherry in Amsterdam. That's just the way it goes, isn't it? It's a right scream when you're with the lads. So anyway, first night there, totally smash burgered on the old Happy Bucky, the old Colombian Woodbines, if you know what I'm talking about, guys. Mangled, absolutely Graham crangled. But so we got me mate, who was the Virgin Van Dyke, to go into one of the rooms with the TJ hookers on the first night. Anyway, he went in. Me and my mate said, right, there's a bar over the road. When you're finished doing the nasty, come straight over that bar and you're a legend. You've done the business. So we went in the bar. We got served pretty quick. We got a pint and we're sat on the table next to the window. So as soon as we sat down, we looked outside the window and here he is, stood in the street. And we were like, eh. So we banged on the window and he seen us and he came in. We went, did you do the business? He was like, oh, aye, I've done the business. And we're like, how did it go? You know, you're away with the lads, you want the crack. How did it go, Mandingo? And you could just tell by the way he was telling us, he was talking shite. And we just said, look, stop lying. You didn't give her one, did you? You didn't do the nasty. And he said, no, I didn't. I bottled it. absolutely bottled it. He says, when it came down to it, he went, I just panicked. I couldn't do it. I paid her the money and I hit the street. Cheers, Mandingos. So I said, don't worry, we've got one more night left because we're there for 2 nights. There's always tomorrow night. So we had a good drink, we had a good smoke. You better believe it, guys. And then anyway, next night we went out round all the main streets in the red light district. You know, it's quite busy. It was a Saturday night now, Friday night. Was it Friday night, the first night? I don't know. I don't know if it was midweek or weekend, I'm just talking shite now. But it was busy. It's one of them type of places, isn't it, where I don't think it matters what day you go. It's going to be busy in the red light district every day of the week because you've got tourists from all over the world. So you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, just for conversation's sake, let's say it was a Saturday night. So it's a busy Saturday night. And Virgin van Dijk, he was like, oh, this is what's putting us off. It's just too busy. It's putting us off me stride, if you know what I'm talking about. So we kind of like wandered away from the red light district and we kind of like went down one back alley, down another back alley. Anyway, we found ourselves down this one really seedy, nasty back alley, and there was about 4 or 5 windows where you had some TJ hookers. Cheers. It started lashing it down with rain. So me and my mate Gary, massive Leeds United fan, he had his Leeds United football shirt on. We kind of stood in this doorway where the rain was getting kept of us, if you know what I mean, guys. So we said to Virgin van Dijk, go on then, go and choose one. So we went over to this one window and he went in. So we were like, right, he's going to pop his cherry. You better believe it, guys. Anyway, while we stood there waiting, talk about an experience. We seen this guy walking up, pair of jeans on, like the worst jeans you could ever get, like a pair of clogs. He must have been like a local guy, and he had this like leather waistcoat, nothing underneath, just all skin, total bareback, air matron, like a horrible, nasty leather waistcoat, and he was walking his dog, like, I don't even know what type of dog it was, a proper little scruffy mongrel. And we watching him, and he went up to one window, and you could see him talking to the lady of the night behind the window, and she was like, pardonski, no. And he came up the next window, and she was like, no. And then he came up the next one. She must have been desperate for a bit cash, the old cash on the hip. And you could see him saying, I mean, we didn't understand what he was saying. He was talking whatever language he was talking, Dutch, you know. And he was saying, you could see him saying, me, and he was pointing at the dog, the old dog Dingo. The dog was like, do you know what I mean? The dog was happy. And she was like, ah, and he was getting his money out, and he was showing his money, and he was saying, me, and he was pointing at the dog, and she was like, oh, how? And he went in with the dog. I don't even want to imagine what went on behind there, my Fandingos. Unbelievable. While we were standing there, we were stoned, we were drunk, absolutely smash burgered, if you know what I'm talking about. Me and my mate Gary, the Leeds fan, we were just looking at each other like, have you just seen that? He was like, I were like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Anyway, in the meantime, our friend Virgin van Dijk, he's in that room opposite. We stood here under this like shop doorway waiting for him to come out. Half an hour's passed. We're like, go on, my son, he must be finally doing the business, if you know what I mean. A 24-year-old or however old he was, however old he was. So anyway, we stood there. He's a group of lads come up, skinheads, proper rough looking lads. I'm like, oh God, we're gonna get beat up here. Not that I'm scared, I can look after myself, but sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it, is it? There's just two here, and there's a group of them, and we weren't just going to leave when Virgin van Dijk was in doing the nasty. Anyway, they came up, and they like looked at us and then looked away and they almost walked past us, and then one of them, only the biggest one out of them, he like looked and he spotted me mate with a Leeds United football shirt on, and he was like, oh, football, you like football, do you? I am some impersonator, so it's more like Sean Connery done it than a Dutch person. And we're like, oh, aye, we're like football. You Leeds United football fans, yeah? And I was like, I'm not, he is. I'm Sunderland. He was like, oh yeah, Sunderland, they're shite, aren't they? And I was like, right, aye. You know, I was shite, but that's just the way it goes. At the time, I think Leeds were doing really well. They were like high up in the Premier League. Maybe it's in the, I can't remember how long ago it was. You know, when they were doing well in the Champions League, weren't they? Was David O'Leary the manager or something? But so my mate was like, oh, I Leeds, I am a Leeds fan. And I'm thinking, here we go. I was just waiting for one of them to stick the nut on us and us to get smashed all over. But in the end, they were absolutely fantastic. They stood there, they had a big crack on with us. Sorry guys, I'm talking loads of shite, but that's what I like to do when I have a beer, talk to you legends. So anyway, they were saying, oh, we love English football. Yes, English football's the best. Leeds, good team. Sunderland, shite, but we like Sunderland. Fuck Newcastle. You know, they were joking. They knew the crack between Sunderland and Newcastle, so they were good lads. And then they were saying, anyway, what are you guys doing here? Why are you stood here in this dodgy back lane? So we were saying, oh, our friend's in there. He's a Virgin van Dijk. He's in that building, he's in that room over there, getting his end away for the first time. Yes, happy dingoes, man dingoes. They absolutely burst out in fits of laughter. We couldn't stop. Pardon, scheme. We couldn't stop laughing. Me and my mate Gary, we were like looking at each other thinking, this is proper trippy. We're smashed, we're stoned, what's going on? And they were like, no, you are joking me, you are joking me. No, we're not joking you. Our friend is in there having sex for the first time. You know, he's popping his cherry. And they went, no, this back lane is dodgy. Well, we knew we drifted out the main red light district because Virgin van Dijk didn't want to be down there, we were too busy. So we kind of walked and we found this seedy, quiet back lane. And they were saying, no, this is a dodgy back lane. We were like, don't understand what you're on about. They went, all these women, all these prostitutes in this back lane, they are he, she, he. We were like, what? What are you talking about? And he went, how do I explain? They used to be men and now they are not. And we're like, what? They are, you know, he, she males type thing. They used to be male. They had sex change. We were like, what? I cannot believe it. You know what I mean? Our friend is having sex for the first time with a mandingo. You know what I mean? It was absolutely unbelievable. Oh my God, cheers mandingos. Anyway, they shook our hands, they give us, yes, mandingo, you know, and they went. Thank God they didn't kick the shit out of us, because that's what we thought was going to happen. Anyway, our mate came out. We went off. We had a few more drinks, and then we tried to tell him. He just thought we were talking shite. Even like a year down the line, 2 years down the line, 5 years down the line, and we'd try and tell him the crack of what happened and what was said. He just thinks we're talking shite, and it was an absolute wind up. But like, that's the God's honest truth. Our good friend lost his virginity to I don't know what it was. What is the politically correct word for he male, she male, he ra, she ra, mum ra? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, mandingos. But yeah, I have waffled on too much. God, I'll talk a load of shite. But I was asked the question of what was the craziest story, the maddest story I've got in my life, and That's all I can think of. My friend, 20 odd year ago in Amsterdam, lost his virginity to a man. Is it a man or a woman or what? I don't know. He lost his virginity to something. There you go, Mandingos. You know what I'm talking about. And this makes absolute, complete, no sense at all. Rice.
Time for a little chest warmer. Yes.
Oh yes, Mandingos. You know what time it is. Wasky time. And this is what we've got. McLeod's Highland single malt Scotch Wasky. Get that popped in. The old famous cup dingo. Mandingos. Oh yes, folks. Get under here. Out the wind. And let's get the old bakeroni in the old famous cup dingo. Lice. That's very chilly. I should have had the old heated gloves with us, rather left them in the house. You guys might not know, but I've got these heated gloves that were kindly given to me. Oh yes, and they certainly do the job on a chilly night. Maybe next time I'll bring them out and I'll show you for the first time. You better believe it. Anyway, let's get the old schneckeroni in there. Quite a light smell, not strong, not overpowering. A little bit oaky. Slightest bit of honey, and I mean the very slightest. It's not like, oh, honey, just a very faint, light smell. Maybe a little peppery. Get the old senses going there. But it's very mild. It's very light. Yeah, there's pepper in there. There's like a few spices. It's a not a bad start on the wasky with you. Anyway, Mandingos, that's enough of the sniffing. Let's get on with the tasting. Tricycles. Yeah. Ooh. Brick wall. Quite mild. Quite smooth. Like I said, with the smell, a little bit peppery, but it's not overpowering or anything like that. It's just a nice little bit tingle there. Let's have another tasterini, my man friends. Oh. Yeah. A few more little tingles on the old tongue dingo. Mixed in. Like a bit of a licorice. Maybe some sarsaparilla. Ooh. You know when you go to the fish and chip shop and you get like a big bottle of pop to have your fish and chip meal. A nice sarsaparilla or dandelion and burdock type of flavouroni. Quite nice. Oh. I wasn't expecting that. Really enjoyable. I reviewed two of these last week, didn't I? This one's the Highland one. McLeod's when I was out camping last week next to the hotel. I had the Spearside one and the Isla, and they were both lovely. I think this one's my favourite out of the three. It's very enjoyable. Cheers, man, Dingos. No roughness at all. A little bit pepper. There's an oaky thing there. Right at the back. Right at the back. Oh, brick wall. You can see, guys. The bivvy in my chair is down there. Right at the back. There's like a nice oaky caramel, very faint, just all the flavours that you get with a whiskey, which is very well known, very popular. Oh, usual whiskey flavour, but with a nice, smooth, not harsh. Oh yes, like a sarsaparilla, dandelion and burdock thing going on. Very enjoyable indeed. Anyway, that's enough for me talking shite. I can waffle on like I normally do. Very nice indeed. Time for the old score Dingos. I don't know where I've put the little whiskey cup. Oh, it's here. Whiskey cup, whiskey bottle. McLeod's Highland single malt Scotch whiskey. Oh yes, guys. I am going to give that a big fat mega 8.5. Oh yes, 8.5 out of 10 dingo mandingos. Oh yes, you better believe I am. Right. Okay, guys. That's the boiling hot water for the mashed tatty. Fill her up with the lime. Yes, folks, we have the stewed steak and the garden peas bubbling away. The mashed potato is ready to put on the plate. The Yorkshire pudding will go on the stove to heat up mandingos. That'll only take a few seconds. Matron, it's the glove of self-love. Oh yes, mandingos. Look at this. A meal fit for the mandingo. Mashed potato. Stewed steak. Giant Yorkshire pudding. Garden peas. Oh. On a cold night behind Morrison's. Cold brick wall. Look at that. nice indeed. This mashed tatty, it's like a cheesy bacon mashed potato. I'm very impressed by it. I've seen it a few times in Morrison's and I've been thinking about buying it. A lot better than I thought it would be. Look at that, guys. A thing of beauty. This is what it's all about. It's getting late now. It's nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. You know the score on the Blood Outdoor Show, guys. Once I've been talking shite, the time goes nowhere. I hope you enjoy the kind of stuff I talk about in the Blood Outdoor Show. It's all just a good laugh. I did ask for some questions when I done the camp in the back of the truck a couple of weeks ago, so it's given me quite a bit to talk about. I received loads of questions, so it's given me plenty of shite to talk about, guys. More tea, Vicar. I'll try and answer a lot of the questions in the coming weeks that I've received for that video. All I've got to do is go back to that video, onto the comment section, and see what people have asked me. Oh yes, look at that, guys. Do you know what it is? I've set the camera up there. It's one of those, I don't know if it's cutting the top of my head off. My good friend Cowboy Chris has bought a really good camera. Check out his channel and young Chris's channel, which is called Yatta Travels. Yeah, but Cowboy Chris has bought a good camera where wherever he moves, it's focused onto his face, so the camera will move up and down and left and right. More tea, Vicar. That's something I probably need to buy to improve the Blood Outdoor Show. But at the minute, things seem to be going well with all you legends. So why fix what's not broke? As they say in the south of France. Oh, well, it's time to get this Yorkshire pudding. Crispy on the outside, where it's been cooking on the pansexuality.
Yield pansexual. Pansexual. Pansexuality. Yeah.
Or nice and soft in the middle, where it's had the stewed steak and peas. Oh yes. Absolutely tremendous. Well, Mandingos, while I'm doing a bit munching Gladbach on this, I'm going to take this chance now to say a massive, big fat, ginormous thank you to all you legends who have supported the Blood Outdoor Show this last week. You guys know the score.
You guys know how much I really appreciate all the support. Honestly, you don't have to do it. Like I've said a billion times before, just give me that thumbs up, leave a like, leave a comment, and that'll ding dang do for this Mandingo. But if you have went out your way and you have bought us a, oh pardon me, pardonski. Oh, if you have gone out your way and you have bought us a coffee over this last week, well guys, it is very much appreciated, massively appreciated. And this one, the big fat megasaurus, ginormous thank you to all you legends. Oh yes, you better believe it is, guys. There's your names down there and down there. Thank you so much. Each and every one of you is absolute legend. Rights. Oh yes, guys, it is after 3 o'clock in the morning. It's been a great night. It's been a nice chilled out stealth camp. You never know how they're gonna go, and this one has went spot on. I thought there might have been a little bit I'm slurring my words. I thought there might have been a little bit more action in the yard, in the backyard of Morrison's, just over that wall there. I was ready to pop the camera up. I thought there might have been a few more trucks in and out, but who gives a monkey's chuff? We've had a great night. We've talked some shite. I've told you a funny story or two. Well famous with you. We've cooked some food, yes, a nice hot meal, guys, and now it's time. It is time to get some shut-eye, because I am buggered. Good morning, Mandingos. 10:05. I could have easily slept for another 2 hours, because I didn't get to bed until late, but I'm bursting for a pee. As usual, so I might as well get up, get a quick slash going, and get packed away. Get this top, get the top tucked down, everything chucked in the old Baghdad, and then we'll go to Dodge City.
Hey, mate. Hey, mate. Hey, mate.
So there we go, my fan sexualities. That's me all packed away. Baghdad bin diesel with all my shite. You can see this was the area I was camping. Top was down there, bivvy was down there. Oh yes, it's time now to get out of Dodge City, guys, so come on, let's get going and hit the street. Bicycles. That's it, guys, we're out. Another successful stealth camping trip completed. So that's it, folks. That's the end of this week's stealth camping video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've had absolutely fantastic time as usual. You knew I was going to say that, didn't you? Yes. If you have liked it, guys, please give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment, it really does help the channel. And I do read every comment and I'll try and get back to as many people as possible. That's it, man dingoes. That is it till my next video, which will be a wild camp Wednesday. So make sure you tune in for that. And next Friday for another foodie review. The old takeaway reviewski. See you later, guys. You better believe I will. Right.
Oh, matron.
You know, it's make total sense, mate. Very nice.